have now spent the good part of an afternoon at preparing this to get painted. I've actually decided not to paint it with linseed oil paint. I've been thinking about the logistics of painting this door for quite some time, and the main reason is because linseed oil paint takes so long to dry, and I actually don't dare to sleep with the door open, and there is no way I can well, I guess I could cover this up somehow. But yeah, this is what I've decided. So I've got a hold of a somewhat environmentally friendly matte black paint. It has like the EU eco label for what it's worth. It's still plastic. There is quite a lot right now on the news about this invasive worm. It's a flatworm. It's called Ompama nungara. The big problem with it is that it's invasive, it doesn't have any predators here, and it does eat regular worms, which means that would be a threat to our soil, basically. So that's why I had a proper search through this plant before putting it in the ground and replacing the soil that I got from the plant school to just regular soil. I'm gonna make something here for it to climb on. It's actually gonna be my big garden project, I think, coming up, because I wanna make this area nice, make a little staircase here, and then get some plants here climbing to sort of frame the patio a little bit. I thought I was done with this, but once I removed the tape I realized I have two problems. One is that the tape stuck to the window. Not a massive issue, I can get rid of that. But there's also quite a lot of white from where the glass meets the frame in a lot of places, and I think that is really annoying actually. Because, yeah, it's just not the finish I was after. But I think that the compromise is painting a little bit more onto the window, which I don't think is going to be super annoying looking from inside once it's done. It's just going to take a little bit more time. It's really quite visible. Also from a distance, which is annoying. Annoying. I can't really get in with a brush between the glass and the frame on the inside, which is where the white is. So I think this is the best bet. That assembly was super easy, super quick. And yeah, I just had to take it for a tiny little ride. Now I'm gonna charge the battery and take it for a proper ride tomorrow. Super excited. Living. Poor thing. I'm mixing the putty with some black linseed oil paint. Otherwise there would be beige visible from, yeah, where the window meets the frame. And I don't like that, so I'm quite happy about this. It turned out really well. It's something I thought I would just experiment with. And it worked. Haha. My strategy is always to do one of the glasses first, the outside, because that one I can hang back up. And then it can dry hanging here and while I'm working on the other one. It takes about 24 hours for the linseed oil paint to dry. Yeah, I just like this way of doing it because then I don't have to sleep with open windows. No birds flying inside and stuff like that. Yeah. But yeah, I have one more to do before the night. Ooh, yeah. I need a little break from doing windows. It's been 2 days straight where I've been just completely focused on that. So I thought I would make a drying rack for clothes because I can do laundry. I'll tell you more about that in a bit. So I made a drawing, but this is when I wish I had paid attention in math class because I cannot for the world figure out the angles. I cannot calculate angles basically. So I always have to do it real life. So yeah, I just needed the angle of the bottom of the drying rack, and yeah, I just had to do it like this, which works as well, I guess, but sometimes I wish I could just calculate it and then set my saw to that angle. Now this will be my mold, and I can do the others based on that. I believe that was just in time for the laundry to be done. So I'm gonna inaugurate it. So I haven't had a plumber here yet, but what I did the other day was to look through some of my dad's stuff for piping. He lent it to me years ago, and I just thought that maybe I can find something in there so I somehow can attach it to my water outlet outside. And I looked through this bin. I just put together a bunch of bits and bobs, and it works. It's not perfect, but there's like a minor drip. My drain works well, and the water runs away without flooding or anything, so I haven't been able to do laundry for a year and a half, and I've been washing by hand or at Daniel's place, so yeah, this is quite nice. Now there is obviously a risk that this is gonna become permanent, but no, I'm gonna have a plumber. But they've been difficult to get a hold of, so for now. It's Labor Day today, and I'm heading out into the woods with Moa, a bunch of other people, Daniel, my sister, and yeah. I actually haven't had time to try the bike yet, so Moa's volunteer is gonna get the honor. So I've packed it with some firewood and some food, and then yeah, now I'm just waiting for them to show up. Moa just called and she wasn't able to take the bikes on the bus, so they're not coming. This is something that I've experienced as well. It's really annoying actually, because they say that you can take your bike if there is space, but most of the time they just deny you to take the bike on the bus, which is, yeah, very annoying. And that's why I'm super excited about having this small foldable bike now, because then that means I could take the bus to Moa, fold it together. I could also take the bus to Daniel's place and bring it with. Stick it to them. It's really annoying when the chauffeurs just drive away when you try and unload your bike on the back, or just simply deny you when you ask. So yeah, that means I'll be taking the bike for the first ride, which I guess is quite fun. Now I'm just waiting for the others to get here. Listening to some hunting dogs barking. It's quite nice. So yeah, let's see when they show up. First, I just want to say thank you to HITWAY for sponsoring me with another bike. As you might have noticed, I don't have a car in my driveway anymore, because I don't have a car anymore. It just didn't pass inspection. So having two bikes now really gives me a sense of safety, because I have one as a backup, and I can also lend it to people when they come visit. So far I haven't taken the foldable bike on the bus yet, but I definitely intend to, and I'm really grateful for this sense of freedom that I get, being able to take a bike anywhere that I want. I really like that HITWAY's bikes are super sturdy, and this small bike is just as fast as the bigger one that I have. It can reach 25 kilometers per hour, which I think is pretty fast, so wear a helmet if you're getting one. If you do want to check out their products, you can go to hitway.eu and see all of their bikes. I will post a link in the comments so that you can check it out. jag är klar med dem. Kolla vad fina de har blivit. Ska vi sätta med dem? It was so nice getting some help from my sister and my mom yesterday. I can really see an end to the window renovation. There's not much left. And once I'm done with this, I can finish the basement, which I've been putting off a bit, as you can tell. It's really like putting lotion on dry hands. The wood just like soaks up the paint. I love it. It's early morning and I was just gonna go and clean up the paint from our paint scraping session inside when I noticed that Paddy has moved back to the basement. Padson. Ja, kan det inte vara okej att bo där inne? Okay, he's back in the toad house. Now the toad house is right next to the chickens and they actually do kill both toads and frogs every now and then. Maybe not that size, I'm not sure. But yeah, I hope he's safe from the chickens. Chicken predators. Ooh, that was a bit stressful. Oh, yeah. But he's out. We'll see if he comes back, probably. I'm gonna measure out the length of the tabletop that I'm gonna have down here. Mainly because I just want the tabletop out of the living room. And it's something I can do before the piping is in place, then we'll just remove it when they need to get in here. Thing is, I don't think I have a straight angle, like I don't think that the walls are properly straight, so I'm gonna check. So now we're back to the angles. And here, this one's acceptable, I guess. Now that I know it fits, I can also measure out the other stuff that I'm gonna cut out eventually. I'm realizing this is gonna be the end of this video, so I just want to say thank you as always for watching. Much appreciated. Take care and I'll see you soon.